Okay, so we have no diesel. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so we made it. That was really lucky because, oh, look at little Luna May in the back, look. Hi, Luna. Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Daddy.
He never says anything other than hello, Daddy on these. Daddy's all ready to go with his dog-chewed headband.
Is that keeping the air out my eyes? Because if we're going for a walk, I'm worried about my fringe getting in my eyes. Is that be alright? Is it the right angle?
I think so. I think you'll be alright. Make sure you tuck your fringe in.
Like that?
Yep.
Is that better?
We need to see the dog chew bit. There we go. Okay. Let's go. We are going down to the lake this morning for a little bit of fresh air, bit of exercise. I'm hoping to do a little bit of brainstorming. It's my favourite place in the world and I can't wait to show it to you. So we'll see you when we get there.
Thank you.
Go and eat it. So I think that overwhelm is something that I struggle with more often than I care to admit, and I have come to realise that this is simply part and parcel of working for yourself. I think that when you don't have a job to go to and you don't have the structure of working for somebody else and you don't have colleagues around you to keep you motivated, I think that overwhelm is kind of a natural side effect of working for yourself. Unless you are somebody who doesn't struggle with overwhelm, then that's fantastic, but I definitely am one of those people. There are 3 ways that well, first of all, before I give you the 3 ways, there are 2 ways that overwhelm hits me, and the two-phase thing. So the first phase of overwhelm for me is I completely panic. I look at all of the things that I have to do and I think, oh my god, how am I gonna actually do all of those things in the short amount of time that I have? So that is the first phase for me. I panic and I kind of, yeah, I feel like everything's closing in on me, and that phase can take a couple of days really for me to get out of. And then the next phase is I freeze. So I panic first, then I freeze. Because there is so much to do and I don't know what to do first, so I do nothing, or I do something but it's not the thing that I need to do. That's probably where procrastination comes in. So once I know that I'm in that freeze phase of overwhelm, I know that I have to do something to get out of it. If I don't, I can very easily stay in that place for quite some time. And there are 3 things that I do to get out of that phase of overwhelm. The first thing is I talk about it, I open up about it, I admit outwardly that I am struggling and that I feel overwhelmed. For example, yesterday I went for a walk with Andy, my husband, and I kind of told him about it. And sometimes all I need is just an opportunity to verbalize how I'm feeling. You know, even if he doesn't necessarily do anything to help me get over it, just being able to say it out loud really helps. I also then spoke to my team about it. I try to be as honest with my team when I am feeling overwhelmed so that they know the situation and they can maybe just hold me more accountable and talk me through it. So Erin, my assistant, is amazing at kicking me into touch and bringing me back into some kind of reality from my overwhelm freeze. And then yesterday I spoke to Steph. We've got some various client projects that we're working on at the moment, and we had a really good chat about how we can start moving forward with those. So I think it's really, really important for you to actually speak up and just get it out of your head with how you're feeling. The second thing that I recommend is to get out of wherever you are, whether you work from home or you work in an office. No matter where you are, where you feel the overwhelm, change your scenery so that you can change your perspective. And as you can see today, I have come down to my favourite place, the lake. And you know, even just half an hour or an hour here, I've just been sat for half an hour, sat at the end of the jetty while Andy took the dogs for a walk, and I've just been sat here just thinking and watching the water and listening to the water, and it's just been so great because it just gives me a bit of a chance to refresh my memory, refresh my brain. See, I clearly haven't refreshed it that much. Refresh my brain, refresh my mind. And I think there's just something about shifting out of the place that you're in really helps to kind of get you through the feeling of overwhelm. So that's tip number 2. Excuse my snivels, by the way. I have allergies, and whenever I come places like this, they tend to flare up. So that's tip number 2, is to change your scenery, change where you are, and get a fresh perspective. And then tip number 3, I have, or certainly for how I deal with overwhelm, is to write everything out. Do a brain dump, get a piece of paper, and literally write everything out that you can think of that needs your attention right now. And that list may seem long. It may you may look at that and think, oh my god, how am I going to do all of that? But when you actually go through it again with a highlighter, and you can list what are the things that I have to get done today, what are the things that could be put off tomorrow until tomorrow. And this is exactly what I've been doing over the last week. I've started each morning with a list of all of the things that I know I need to get done, and then I've put like a little star next to the ones that I have to get done on that day, client projects that have to get done on that day. And then all of the other things, I think, right, what can I put back till later on this evening? What can I put back until tomorrow? What things could I potentially even delegate out to somebody else? So yes, overwhelm, they are my 3 tips. So number 1 is to just talk about it, just get it out of your head, verbalize it somehow. Number 2 is to change your scenery and to get a fresh perspective. And number 3 is to write down a list of everything that needs your attention, and then start to work out what you can delegate, what you have to do right now, and what can be pushed back to tomorrow or a later date. So that's how I deal with overwhelm. I'm now going to head back home. We've had a lovely hour here, and I hope you've enjoyed coming along for the journey. It's just a stunning place here. I love it. We're very lucky to live relatively close to here. So yes, there we go. I will catch you later on. How cute are these that I just bought for Poppy? The lady who runs the cafe here, she makes them by hand, and I thought I would get them for Poppy, and I think she will love playing with them. Poppy and I are on our way to the charity auction. There's Poppy. Say hi, Poppy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Poppy.
We are super excited and I have no idea how this is going to go. I've never been to a charity auction before, so who knows if we'll end up spending money, but it's all for a good cause. So we will take you along for the ride. Bye. Do we think we've got a chance?
No.
Drunk and Mum.
I spent £26 on raffle tickets, but I won't win anything. But it's not about winning, it's about donating to a charity.
You don't mean that.
But I'd like to win the swimming pool for Poppy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow! Look at that! Look what we've just won! Look at all these goodies! What's in here? So we've got instant coffee, we've got flapjack cookies, we've got pasta sauce.
Yellow and white, and it's here, 186 to 190. Each one from this side.
That's amazing! Chocolate! Sorry, I was a bit too excited that one. It's dark chocolate, you won't like it.
Oh no.
Okay, so here's the iPad I donated to the auction. So I want to see how much this goes for. This will be
Quiet
interesting.
at the back. 230 going once, 230 going twice. Thank you very much, dear. Come forward, it's yours.
Well, what a day that has been. It's been a much more interesting day today, thankfully. It is 11 o'clock in the evening and Poppy and I have just got back from the charity auction for Luke. I will actually leave the link down below for Luke's charity page, just in case you feel called to make a donation. Luke, you may have seen there, was whizzing Poppy around in the air. He's an incredibly brave, courageous young man. That's Noah, who's going a bit crazy. 13 years old and battling leukemia and doing it in such a graceful, inspiring way. It's just incredible. So it's been a really, really great evening. The family have just raised £4,000 within the space of this evening, which is just incredible. I donated an iPad and it looks like that went for over £250, which was awesome. And I was just really, really happy to have been part of the event, and congratulations to the Ashton family for doing so amazingly well. So I've just took Poppy up in bed, way past her bedtime. I'm going to catch up on some work now until, well, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. More work tomorrow, but for now, today's been awesome and thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye.